Alrighty guys, I had a very good question come in from Kaya on the Discord channel. In the game dev channel, Kaya asked, do you have a script for changing the color of an object when you move through it? I'm presenting my game on Monday. It's been suggested that I have the checkpoints change color when you move through them. That's a very good question, Kaya, and that's going to let us show something new that we haven't learned yet. So I've got this scenario set up where these bright pink balls here are going to be my waypoints. And if I'm understanding correctly, let's just kind of simulate the behavior here. So I've got it set up so that when I move through a waypoint, it is triggered. And then, if I reset, I appear back in that waypoint, or if I fall off the world, I appear again back at the waypoint here. But what would be nice is that when I move through that waypoint, there'd be a visual indication that I've hit it. Because I just jumped right now, and I landed near this waypoint, and it's not totally clear to me whether that waypoint has actually been triggered or not. So what we're going to do is have these waypoints change color to give a visual indication that you have indeed made contact with them. And so any waypoint that you've touched is going to be distinct from all the other waypoints. Now if we take a look over here on the right in the inspector here, let's just stop the game and let's just focus in on this waypoint right here. Here's my waypoint, and the way that it gets its color is through the shader right here. We're using a standard shader. Now that shader is going to have a group of properties that we can actually edit via code. Now if you want to see those properties, you click on the little gear here. You can actually click on the edit shader right here, and you can see all these properties here, starting with the underscore, are things that you can actually affect via code, and it's actually not that hard to do. Now right up here at the top, you can see that there's one called underscore color, and that's the one that we're going to be targeting with our code here. So I'm going to go back, select my waypoint once again, and I'm going to bring up the script so that we can get to work on that. So let me click on my waypoint controller script right here. I'm going to edit that script, bring it up in my code editor, and so right up here you can see how, for instance, we're already targeting the game controller here. We've also seen that we can target things like a rigid body. Well, the renderer is no exception. So to get started, we're going to make a private renderer, just like that. And I'll just call it something like my rend right there. Then in our start function, we're going to assign the renderer that is controlling our shader here to that myRend variable we've created. So to do it, we are going to use the get component. So it's going to look like this. We're going to say myRend equals get component, and then we're going to look for the renderer, just like that. And don't forget, they got to put those round brackets on the end, because this is actually a method call or a function call. Alright, so now we've got this myRend that is going to allow us to target the shader, and in the shader are those variables that we can control, including the color. So right down here we've got our trigger enter, and currently all we're doing is just talking to the controller and letting it know that something has hit the waypoint. But we don't really need to let the controller know that we want to change color, because that's purely a visual thing. We don't, there's no logic involved with this. So maybe we can just use this myRend variable that we've created right up here to change color as soon as something triggers the waypoint. Now to do it, we're going to target the material of the renderer, and we're going to call a function called setColor, just like that. And we have to tell it the name of the variable that we're attempting to change here, which was underscore capital C color, just like that. And now we can give it the color we'd like to change to. Now Unity gives us some shortcuts. You can use hex codes and things like that. But I'm going to use a little shortcut. I'm going to use a little shortcut and just say color.red, just like that. This is good for testing. That looks pretty good to me. I'm going to give it a save. We'll head back to Unity and give it a test just to make sure this works. Material does not contain a definition for set color. Interesting. Oh, I know what it is. That's just a typo. I gotta think like C#. That function starts with a capital S. There we go. Let me give that another save. Let's head back to Unity again. Hopefully we've squashed our only bug. Come on. Alright, there we go. Okay, let's give it a run. And let's see if we've changed the way our waypoints work. So, I'm going to head to the waypoint. Boom. It's red. Hit another waypoint. Boom. It's red. And if I fall off the world and I respawn, I spawn at the latest waypoint. Pretty cool. So Kaya, I think that basically does what you're looking to do. And I agree, that is definitely going to improve the usability of your game. So thanks for asking that question. If you think of any more, just let me know. Timbot, signing out.